Never has Bitcoin in its history broken below, as you know, its weekly 200 period moving average and stayed there over time. We've gotten these blips for sure. Like now, the jury's still out whether or not the 200 is truly violated. If we get back above 21, 22,000 and we start rattling around up there, then this is not considered a break. Do you understand? I was explaining this in my free event yesterday, where you a break is not necessarily a dip below. Because the chart can't show this line as a rubber band, you don't see the 200 period moving average acting like a rubber band. So it looks like a break, right? It's not a break unless it spends time underneath. The same way, if you were to use a boxing analogy, a boxer up against the ropes is actually past the boxing ring floor temporarily, but when he comes off of the ropes, he's back in the periphery. He's back in the zone of the boxing ring. But for a moment, he's not, as he's leaning against the ropes, right? So that leaning he's past the floor of the boxing ring for a moment. His body is, but he comes back into the space of the boxing ring floor, right? That's not breaking through the ropes. But I've seen boxers go through the ropes and they're spending time on the floor. That's a break of the ropes. That's going through the ropes. And so we don't have a break of the rope per se unless we get time under here. Do you understand? And that would be considered a real violation of the 200. But the blip below, not yet. Not yet. And I'm always telling you that moving averages are more like a zone anyway. You don't look at them as a single skinny line as the chart would have you believe. It's really more zone based, right? And so we'll have to see. Now, with that being said, based on what I'm looking at, I think we're lower. And that's why I say I have to give kudos to Juan, who called this. I see it now. I see lower prices. I see us going down to maybe 15, maybe slightly lower, but I do think we're close. Again, anything can happen at this stage, guys. We're dealing in unprecedented territory. But if this cycle turns out to be equal to the vast majority of the other declines in the other bear cycles, then we go to around 10,000, right? Which would be, I like to use 85%. So if we use that, a tiny bit higher, 10, 11,000. All right, which is also a very huge, big psychological number. What I'm looking at suggests more like 15-ish, 14-ish. But anything can happen.